Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Primetime Jerry Royce, and you're on the party line with the incredible Mr. Right. This is a Positive Power 21 Network Entertainment and a production of Royce Enterprises Incorporated. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this presentation of the party line with the incredible Mr. Right. You can reach us at www.uncoveringmrright.com, and that's separated with hyphens. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Uncovering Mr. Right, the party line. Tonight we have an incredible gentleman on the line. His name is Edwin Moore. He's 30 years old. He's a poet from Stuart, Arkansas. I guess I said that right. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and is working on his master's degree in psychology. He is a two-time Iraq War veteran and Marine. Edwin's been writing poetry for over 10 years, and he has a special knack for writing erotica poetry. And welcome to the show, Edwin. How you doing today, man?
Thank you, and I'm doing pretty good.
All right, we're happy to have you on the show. And also on the show tonight, my co-host, the famous one from Detroit, the diva on the internet, is Latrina Davis. Welcome to the show, Latrina. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing wonderful, So we're going to follow our format that we always follow when we gang up on the incredible Mr. Right, because we out there to try to find out how incredible he is, because we did get word from his lady, Rochelle, who said he is incredible. The way she was signing and talking about him, I couldn't see her, but I was assuming she was blushing the whole time she was talking about the one that is known as 4EVERYMOORE, the erotica poet. All right, man, how you get that name, man?
Well, of course, my last name is Moore, and I just came up with that because I just always want just remind myself that and everyone else that I'm always be me. So. Always, you got forever, do it forever, and then the more. So I'll always be more.
That's right. All right, dude. So we're gonna start out. We just laid out a little bit of background about you. You can tell us a little something we don't know about you, and then I'm gonna let Latrina go ahead and take over. We're gonna go back and forth with some questions for you. And if you're a little uncomfortable with it, just say I'll pass on that one, and we'll just move to the next one. All right, how you feel about that?
Oh, that'll be fine.
All right. Okay, well, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about you that we don't already know, especially about the erotica part. What make you so, erotic when it comes to the poetry?
I just like to be different. Instead of just talking about the sex, I like to talk about the more of the sensual side. I always say everybody can be, anybody can be sexual, but, not everyone can be sensual or knows how to be sensual. So, and one of my characters or aliases is the sensual knight. And that's where, that was the whole erotica was born from that character. He's the ladies' man, and the pleaser. And,
wow, that's deep. Now, what was the name of that name again? Say that name one more time.
The Sensual Knight.
The Sensual Knight. Wow, deep name. The Sensual Knight. All right, Latrina, he's all yours.
All righty. So, okay, we know about the poetry. Why don't you just tell us a little bit more about you, kind of your background, or just let the audience know who it is that they're listening to, besides the poet.
Pretty simple guy. You said I'm a former Marine. I take a lot of pride in that, and I take a lot of pride in promoting positivity. There's a lot of drama going on in everyday life and bad things happening. So I like to be positive. So on top of the erotica, I like to be inspirational and motivating to others. Always willing to help. I'm a I have two siblings. I'm the youngest. I have a brother and a sister. And
Yeah, we hear you, man. We hear you. Now, forevermore. Now, you're erotic poet now. Now, do you be dropping the lyrics on your lady like when you try to get the mood right, like over dinner? Do you write something special each and every time, or it's just basically just your handle? You just write, when the time is right. What's the deal with that?
not each and every time. Now, I do write on occasions, especially like maybe birthdays or Valentine's Day or things like that. It kind of started off, with greeting cards. Instead of just writing just a little simple message on the greeting card. And also, I really agree with some of the stuff that they put in greeting cards. So I used to just find the ones that did, maybe say something on the outside but didn't say on anything on the inside, and I would write my own poem.
Yeah,
and
that's a good idea.
I found that, that was more effective. And I just personalized it, especially within my own relationship. I mean, bring up, certain situations or whatever. If you've kind of, as a couple, if you've had a hard time or something like that, sometimes you got to, do something different or out of the ordinary to, rekindle that flame, or, just kind of forget that you were going through a little hard time or something like that. So it kind of makes things a little bit more special.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, do you get any of your inspiration of your poetry from Rochelle?
Yes, especially like the erotica part, or when writing about love. I write about, a lot of it is from my personal experience. There's creative writing too, but nothing flows better than the personal experiences.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Rochelle. I hear that you guys are engaged. Congratulations on that. I want to ask you, tell me at least 5 reasons why you think that Rochelle should marry you. I'm sure she knows that she should marry you, but I want to hear 5 reasons why you think that you would be the perfect mate for her.
Reason number 1, no man will go as far out to make her happy, to see her happy. I want to see her happy, instead of just little things to get what I want. It's more about we, and and our chemistry. Our chemistry has been locked in since high school. Like when I was in high school, when we first met. And ever since then, we've, nothing could come between us.
Wow, so she's your high school sweetheart. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that's where we first met. I mean, we have like a going on. Let's see, we have like a 14-year history.
Okay.
And like off and on and things like that, and we went through our experiences, as adults, and crossed paths again, and we haven't, past 3 years or so, we haven't, we've been inseparable.
Wow. Now you guys are from a small town. Now, Ed, did you have your choice, or basically you just locked in on her the whole time? Because I know what it's like in high school. Sometimes as a guy, you see that one, honey, you just say that is the one, and you just it may take you a while to capture her attention. Or did you guys start out as buddies first? What was the deal?
Well, actually, it started off as like a little project in our oral communications class. you have to mirror each other, and without you have to mirror each other's hands without looking at each other's hands. You have to have eye contact, and I think we were the only people in the class that was actually in sync, and that's what brought the attention. And I mean, there was the attraction, but we were both very shy, so neither one of us just kind of wanted to speak to just come out and speak to the other, but that kind of sparked the flame, and everything went from there.
All right. Now, she doesn't seem like a shy person now. Now, how do two shy people hook up? That's what I want to know. How does that happen? Bravery.
Yeah.
So did you have to bring other people into it though? Like, did you have to tell your buddy who was like the captain of the football team or something, say, "Hey man, I like that girl Rochelle. I know you won't mind going there and tell her or get her number for me." Did it work out like that, or? How did it happen?
I'm a private person when it comes to my feelings or thinking about relationships. But I think she passed a note from a mutual friend, and I approached her after that, and we kind of just hit it off from there.
All right.
Now, Ed, some people would say that 14 years is a long time to be dating. I know you guys were high school sweethearts, but I mean, when did you know? That she was the one, and do you think that it took that time frame to know that she wasn't one, or
Well, it was a break within that time.
Okay.
But I mean, when we were younger, we both had things to learn. I mean, I think we knew we were right. We knew we were right for each other, but things happened, and as time went on, we just. Every time we crossed paths, it was just like, nothing ever changed. So after the last time that we crossed paths, it was like, we started off, just rebuilding the friendship, getting back in touch, and it, like I said, it was just like nothing ever changed. So the relationship came naturally, and it wasn't anything forced. And because especially during that break, we both had ended up getting married and divorced and things like that, and going through pain and heartache from other people, and we were actually both a part of each other's healing process. So that was another thing. Is it's not about. It wasn't just about the attraction and things like that. I mean, we both help each other, and that's what basically we were both looking for. Not just someone to love, but just like a partner in life. Someone that we can experience life with, and we can actually open up completely to, and things of that nature.
Right. Now, Ed, I'm not trying to open up old wounds, but, we want to know why you're so incredible to Rochelle, especially since you just mentioned both of you guys have been married before. I'm not sure how long, each marriage was, but I'm sure you learned from it. Now tell us a little bit about, what did you learn from your first marriage that will help make this one stronger and make you even more incredible?
I learned that, like as far as my marriage goes, I just learned that I could be a good husband, and I just married the wrong person. I don't look negatively to anybody else, like as far as taking anything out on them because of those experiences. As far as my current relationship, I mean, especially like when things go wrong, during arguments and things like that, my marriage helped me as far as knowing how to make sure things don't go too far south. Situations don't get overblown and things like that. I know when to step in and say, hey, okay, getting a little it's going a little too far. We need to cool down and things like that. When I was married, I wouldn't do that as much and get pulled into, arguments when knowing that all that arguing is only going to lead to, big confrontations and things like that. So, it was always a learning experience, and also
communication. So that was communications all the way then, huh? So you're saying communications was the key then?
Yes, communication, and that's one thing that we're big on. And not just communicating about the good things, but also the bad. If one has a concern, instead of just waiting until it upset, you get to a point where you're upset and it blurts out in an argument. Sit down and talk about it, and also support. That's very important because we have similar lives, but also at the same time we do different things, that the other may not be doing. So it's also very important to support each other and just make the other feel appreciated.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I hear, you guys, I understand you have separate things going on sometimes, you and your poetry, and I hear Rochelle has written a book. She'll be going on tour sometime soon. How do you feel about opposite-sex friendships?
Well, me personally, I actually get along better with the opposite sex, so I'm okay with it. It's just more of the, just like we were just saying not too long ago, it's about communication. Now, if I have let's say if one of us has a concern, then we sit down like two adults and we address it, before it is an issue if that's the case.
All right. Now, Ed, like Latrina said, she's about to go out on tour soon. She's about to rock that erotica book, which is going to bring a lot of attention to her, especially if she marketed it properly on the website. And she's talking about coming to Baltimore where, this is home of The Wire. We have a lot of people that really support African-American products and things. Big turnouts with book signings around here because that's been going on for a long time. Now, you plan to go on tour with her? You're going to say, hey, baby, that's your thing. You go ahead and do you, and I'll see when you get back. And hopefully she'll be able to handle the stardom that comes along with being an author of that type of genre.
Probably in the beginning, more than likely I'll be traveling with her. Now, if it, later on, if it gets to a point where, either if I'm doing something or if she just wants to, go alone, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it, and it's all we talk about, everything like that. So, or even if in the beginning she wants to, try to just go out, for the first time by herself and see how it goes, and then I come. It's all, that's solely up to her, and she knows that, regardless, I'm going to support it.
That's right. Good. All right, thanks.
Now, do you guys have a date set up? Anything planned in the near future for marriage date? Or are you guys still working on that?
No, we're looking at maybe 2000. Same time. Things are subject to change. Maybe subject to change if need be. So I told her just always keep that in mind. But yeah, we're looking like fall 2015.
All right. It's around the corner. The good thing about it is you guys are going to be pretty busy planning her book tour, her marketing, her promotion. With the internet the way it is now, she's going to need all hands on deck to help her get that word out about.
Of course, and she'll have that. She has that support system, and she knows that I'll even help get the word out as much as I can, as far as the people that I know and things of that nature. So we're both a team. You know, we're a team in this. So however I can help or whatever she needs, I don't have a problem with doing.
Now, Ed, how do you keep romance alive in you guys' relationship? I'm sure there's some ladies online, and, you know, they kind of want to know some things that maybe their men should be doing for them. So can you give us ideas that some of the things that you possibly do for Rochelle, or just for your relationship in general, to keep the romance alive?
Cook. I cook. I mean, I cook. You know, like you know, like I pay attention to conversations, and I'll tell all men, you know, like most women love to talk, but the thing is, the thing about listening is, you know, you just take certain mental notes. If she says that she hasn't did this but wants to do that, and you know, and whatnot, just keep a mental note and surprise her with it. You know, my thing is, I don't, you know, like she said in her interview, she said, you know, she's spoiled, so I have to, you know, do things on the sly. You know, she says I'm real sneaky. You know, I mean, but anybody can do you know, you can research, but you have to find out what your woman likes. Rather if it's flowers, find out her favorite flower. But at the same time, if she's gotten flowers a lot, try to find something else that she would like. Let's see, or a surprise trip somewhere. It doesn't even have to be on a far location. I mean, you can just have a night out on the town, get a hotel room, and, you know, it can be when you were younger or something like that. I mean, it just kind of depends on, you know, the current situation of the relationship. Just do something kind of off the wall or whatnot. I think the key to being romantic is knowing your partner, because you know what is romantic for her may not be romantic for you, and you know, or the next person, or you know, or whatnot. So you first have to know the person that you're with, and then you know, do some of the things that they like, but also, you know, try to throw in something that they've never experienced before. You know, because that way you don't be so practical. You know, that's like when the guy, you know, when some guys mess up, when they get in trouble with their mate, they always go get flowers and things like that. No, that's too practical. Yeah, that's like, you know, you could have messed up, and if you come home with flowers, she know you messed up.
Warning sign, warning. Yeah, so
you can be like, what you do?
Yeah, I feel that one, man. Look, I never go down that road. Whoa.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing about being romantic to your woman is just try to find out things that she's never experienced, and you know, and that you think that she may like, and she may end up loving it. You know, just because you went out on your own. She didn't have to tell you to do it. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the biggest romantic things that a man can do. You know, just try to do something for your girl that she didn't have to tell you to do.
Right, I got you now. Okay. Now, with the forevermore and erotic poet is what you call yourself. Now, you know, sometimes ladies might see that, or they're listening to your poetry, they're reading it, and I'm sure you've had ladies, you know, throw themselves at you or kind of get all wrapped up in your poetry. How do you deal with that?
Words are words. I mean, like as far as the comments and things like that, just have to be mature about it. Because, I mean, no matter what the other woman looks like or, you know, what she says she can do for you, I mean, you just really have to ask yourself, is that really worth losing what you have at home?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, 10 times out of 10, the answer's more likely no. You know, it's not worth it. You know, that person may, you know, be capable of giving you the greatest sex in the world, but I'm not big on, you know, sex. I'm more of a love maker. I mean, and I like feeling passion and things like that, and there's nothing more there's nothing more passionate than doing that with a person that you love. So, you know, you can't compete with that.
That's right. Now, Rochelle reminds she's kind of a central person. You know, looking at her photographs, you know, she's in that industry now. You guys been together for a long time. How you keep it fresh? I mean, because you seem like you said you're a shy guy, but who knows, you know, what you like when the doors close and the music is turned up.
I'm not. I'll admit I'm not like around, you know, people that when I'm comfortable with someone. I mean, I can be just as wild and explicit as the next person. Sometimes like I may if I can't like literally just think of something off the top of my head real quick to plan, I may, you know, just hop on the internet and look up some ideas. I mean, I like information, so I may look up a certain place like a resort or something, or I may even like go to Google and type in, you know, romantic ideas. You know, because even the Central Night, you know, doesn't know everything, so you can always learn more. I mean, and you know, that's just like with sex or whatever. So my friends laugh or whatever, but I mean, you can watch porn or something like that. I mean, to learn new stuff. I mean,
that's right. Keep it hot.
Sounds a little crazy or whatever, but if you think it sounds crazy, then you might not be pleasing your woman.
That's right.
You're being too closed-minded.
That is true, man. 'Cause you got to keep it hot. That's what I say. Going on 20. I think I'm going on 22 years this spring, I believe. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think that's right. You got to keep it hot, man.
You think?
Yeah, I just remember we had that big trip to Vegas, and you know we always talking about looking at the pictures. I'm like, did I do that last year? No, it wasn't. It was that. It's actually going on 22 years. Something to think of it now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to keep it hot, man.
Yeah, we're working on that.
That's right, man. 22 years, man. But I say it's been 22 wonderful years because, as you probably could say, you know, you could tell the audience, you know, your life basically in chapters. You know, you talked about, you know, when you guys first met in high school, that's a chapter. You know, you going in the military, being married, then, you know, her being married, having a child. You got different chapters in your life, and it all comes together in the one great book, we hope, right?
Right.
All right, Latrina. I know we're going to try to, we're going on to our last quarter hour, last 15 minutes to show up. You're going to try to get him to read a piece for us?
I can do that.
All right, sound good. So, Latrina, you got another question for him before he read?
Nope, I'm good. You can go ahead, Ed.
All right, Ed, lay it on us, man.
Okay, I didn't have one prepared, so let me kind of pull one up.
I saw the one, Aftershock. Was that your latest one, Aftershock?
No, I looked at the date and kind of surprised myself. I actually wrote Aftershock in 2001.
Wow.
I was actually surprised about that.
Yeah, I might just share Aftershock with my old girl.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, I was reading that, but I said, uh-oh. Because she's gonna be expecting a back rub tonight, so I might have to read this while I'm rubbing her back. You know, we had to shovel snow today. We was out there, the couple shoveling snow. So, yeah, we was looking cute out there shoveling, our little his and her shovels. All right, we ready for you, man. You ready?
I'm pulling. I almost have it up.
Oh, he must got a whole library in his iPad. And that's one thing I could not do. I tried. One time I was in a different state, and I was able to write a piece. I don't remember who I wrote it for, but my brother has that talent in the family, writing poetry. That's like his thing.
All right, I have it now. New Year's Aftershock.
All right.
Okay. It says, my passionate lovemaking will cause an enormous for a small town, touching every one of her senses as I go down. And when I hold her to the bed, she knows that I'm going to clown. But it won't be a laughing matter by the least. Passion plus ecstasy makes her screams increase. She says it feels like we have been doing it, She says it feels like we have been going for hours, and I say it's only been 3. Ooh-wee, she replies. But baby, we can take a break. My body is tired. Yes, my queen, as you wish. Would you like for me to get you a drink? If you're hungry, I can heat you up a leftover dish. She says that'll be fine, so I told her that I will be back. Continue to lie down and try to relax. Seconds after I close the door, I hear a scream. The kind like if she had a bad dream. It's my name even though I'm not there. She screams for God and reaches for the sky like he is there. It began moments after she climaxed and pulled out. Repeatedly she climaxes back to back and states that I put it down without a doubt. Her mind is stuck in a trance. It has been minutes later and she's still exploding in my bed doing a sensual dance. Her body is so weak that she can't walk. Her words stutter when she tries to talk. What did you do to me, she asks. I answer by saying that I was only completing my task.
Whoa.
Good move. Hold on, let me. You said that you wanted me to rock your world. She replies, but you shocked my universe, and that's why I'm still laying in your bed curled. With a sinister grin, I told her to be careful what you wish for, especially sexually, because I will give you what you want and more. You still didn't answer my question, sir, she says. What did you do to me? Again, I say, I only did what you asked of me. Now, the reaction of your body afterwards is what I call an aftershock. After I completed my sensual deed, your body reminds you of how much it loved your body reminds you it loved how I made it feel and fulfilled its every need. And that's the end.
All right. You like that, Latrina? You all right?
Yeah.
Are you breathing?
Oh, no. I can't wait to get off the phone so I can call Ty.
You get the first train coming out, the first plane out of D.C., right?
Oh, yeah, I can wait. I'm trying to wait till Valentine's Day. I'm trying to wait so I can get back up there.
Now, Ed, now Valentine's Day is coming up. Now, do you do shows? Do you guys do shows like at the local pubs or something out there?
I did one, and that was like 2 years ago, but I haven't did anything. But that has been something that I've kind of been thinking about brewing up as far as just to get more familiar with actually doing the spoken word,
right,
and get more comfortable with it.
Yeah, well, that's what the iPhones and smartphones are for, so you can get up on YouTube, get some exposure, man, and, they got nice video editing programs out there now. You can learn. You can really hook it up nice and make it part of your promotion when she promotes her book. Because what was the name of her book? Wordplay? Wordplay. Did you write a special piece for Wordplay?
Yeah. It starts the book off. I wrote a poem called Wordplay, and it's actually the first poem in the book.
Yeah, because she had mentioned she would like to see like some drama done around her book, something for YouTube, get her out there, because she said she's familiar with I think some of the acting clubs out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be a good idea to incorporate that kind of stuff together.
Be able to do that together. That is a good idea.
Yeah, especially a couple, with that kind of, genre. You definitely gonna have to bring it together. Who knows how to think a role, man? That'd be a nice business venture. That'd be like entrepreneurship, right? Yeah,
of course.
That was great. Or you never know, you guys might be able to package some things together for couples.
Right,
we've actually been talking about that. So we're always looking for different ways that we can. Especially do things for couples.
Yeah, couples need help. They need a lot of help these days,
It's not, to me, it's not enough loving. I mean, everybody's just sex, but no one. It's like like especially the younger generation. I think they're scared of love, or either they just don't, they don't know what it is.
Yeah, people confused. Young people confused too. For a long time, America always was trying to hide, what they call the skin flicks. But really, I'm saying, I'm speaking of more like teenage boys, got to get exposed to, more male and female relationships than what we're seeing now on TV. The kids gonna be confused. That's all I can say. Looking at what I've been seeing on TV. There ain't gonna be enough kids being born.
No, it's really not.
Oh, wow.
First you have to worry about Jody, now you got to worry about Jill stealing your girl.
Yeah, I know. That's spooky times, man. It's like, I used to think about that back in the day when it was starting to become a little more risque, a little more talked about. Mm-hmm. I say like going into the late 80s, early 90s, after the Prince generation thing was rolling. Yeah, it was starting to say, okay, this may become mainstream eventually. You're right.
It has. And, I'm not, for each his own. I'm not knocking anything, Everyone has their own way of what they want to do. But just being in Detroit and, in the summertime and our festivals and down by the water, all you see is young, not older, young boys, probably in their early 20s, girls, that's just the end thing, it seems, for our younger generation.
What confused me the most, though, Ed, I know you traveled a little bit, and you can tell us a little bit what you saw in other countries, but I don't understand the girls want to look like boys, and then the boys want to look like girls. I'm kind of...
I've never understood that myself. It's like, I could understand you being a homosexual, but why are you gonna try to be like the opposite sex to attract the same sex?
That's what's so confusing.
That's very confusing.
Because you're a psychology major, so that is something that's really a deep conversation. Because I'm saying, okay, if you want to look like a girl and you try to attract a boy, like you kind of way off to me. It's like if he's going to be attracted, he's attracted to you because he's attracted to men.
Or like the lesbians, or what they call studs. They'll say they hate men, but you look like one.
Right.
You can't hate us too much. If we dressing just alike.
Right. And they look harder too, man. They look hard. It's like thug to the thug.
Hey, and some of them, like I said, some of them are competition. That's why I'm glad I'm not single, because I think I'd be mad.
Yeah.
You know, could you imagine like being single, going to a club, you drinking and everything, and then you see this, this woman you like, you come up to her or whatever and try to holler at her or whatnot, then the stud comes up and just takes her from it, because I mean, even though like we talking about how they dress like dudes, they pull some very nice women.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You're right, man. You see that. But getting back to like the psychology part of it, it was something on the radio today. I was listening to one of the XM stations, and they were saying something about one of the rappers out there said if Biggie was still alive, he would understand something about him being this guy being attracted to transvestites, TVs, whatever they call themselves. And he said Biggie would understand. I was like, I don't know if Biggie would understand that one.
What is that Mr. C guy, something like that?
Yeah,
he was like a DJ. Yeah, I started to read it, but I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna waste my time on it.
I heard the tail end of that one. I was like, wow, this dude have street credit,
I mean, my thing, like as far as that goes, I don't really know all, but you like what you like, but you need to say, either you're homosexual or you're not. You don't, because like some guys, they'll do stuff like that, have sex with transvestites and things like that, but they'll say that they're not gay. I'm sorry, but if you have sex, with the same sex, I mean, bisexual or completely, gay, then you're homosexual.
Yeah, but a lot of them have gone all the way with their surgery, so a lot of guys don't know until after a while. But sometimes you can kind of tell. But they have shown some on some of those shows, daytime talk shows, where you're like, wow, that was a guy. You kind of truly amazed the science.
I'm gonna tell you, when I was in the military, we went to Tijuana, Mexico. Now, what they told us was, they told us off the top, plastic surgery is very cheap in Tijuana.
Right.
And I mean, we went to this one club, and my homeboys, they knew the owner, showed me this card that says 100 beautiful women, 3 ugly ones, and the 3 ugly ones were guys. You wouldn't even believe it if you saw it.
You gotta be careful out here.
Yeah, and that's why I just sat at the club. I sat down at a table with my drink and my Black and Mild, and if I even thought, because you get a feeling as a man. I mean, or anything, you get a feeling. You're like, something's not right. If I get a feeling something's not right, then I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not even gonna chance it.
And I had questions about girls in some cases. I think I ran across at least 2 females that was kind of questions like, man,
I actually seen on Facebook. I think it was a female that I think like after so many surgeries, she was really a dude. I mean, head, abs, and everything. I'm like, I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, science is definitely there now. So that's why we started this program, and so people who are trying to get with the opposite sex have an opportunity to learn about one another and be successful. Now, one of the things that's been coming out, this is something big that's going on right now too, Edward. You being a psychologist, man, you have a lot of women who have flown to the churches in search of trying to find a single guy, and I think a lot of the preachers are kind of stuck right now. They don't really know how to help these girls, these young ladies. Some of them in their 40s now, and they still haven't had the opportunity to have. I mean, some never even been married before, who had or a long-term relationship. So they're running to the churches now for comfort. What would you say about that?
I don't think you should run anywhere looking for a mate, period. I mean, regardless, for one, you shouldn't go to church looking for a mate. You should go to church looking for God.
That's right.
That's just the way I feel about that. But as far as looking for a mate, you shouldn't do that either. I mean, now, you keep mindful and get to know people and things like that. But until you actually get to know somebody, you're not going to know if that's going to be your mate or not.
That's right.
You know, and that's where I think a lot of people make a mistake, because as soon as they meet somebody, you know, this is the one. No, you don't know that yet. You just got his number from the club last night. You know, and it doesn't matter where you meet the person. People always talk about you can't meet nobody from social media, you know, the internet dating or the club. There are people, you know, from every venue, from clubs to social media to church or wherever, that have, you know, met there and have a great relationship. Yeah. But also there are people in all of those same places that have had bad experiences. Mm-hmm. So it's not the place, it's the mindset of the people. You know, you're trying to force this relationship just because you are physically attracted or whatever, or you get to know them for 5 minutes and you think this is the one. No, you actually need to take a little bit longer than that, because, you know, anybody can be the perfect person for you, you know, especially if you do all the talking first. Oh, you just told them, you know, what you think the perfect guy is, so he's going to emulate that. But the person can only do that for so long if that's not him. True. And that's where you get all the, you know, after you get married, he does a 360 or whatever, or she does a 360, you know. I mean, it's because you didn't take enough time to get to know them.
Yep, sometimes it can take some years. All right, Latrell, we're going to let you follow up with your last question, and then I'm going to end the show with Mr. Moore, the incredible one.
My last question is, you know, I got to listen to Rochelle's show, and she, you know, kind of sparkled, as Jerry said, when she spoke about you. And so we've kind of been, you know, talking off and on, bringing Rochelle in our questions. So I just wanted you to take just, you know, a minute or two just to tell the audience a little bit more about Rochelle and why you fell in love with her.
I mean, to me, we're just so much alike, and we complement each other. She makes being in a relationship easy. You know, I mean, at times we have bump heads and things like that, but you know, we are able to communicate, you know, better than, you know, I have with anyone, and that helps everything, because, you know, no matter, because sometimes you don't really know how to handle certain things or whatever, but if you're able to communicate, you know, that can take you far, because you know, especially I'm sure you know, being there 22 years, you know what I'm saying, you're going to go through your fair share of ups and downs, or, you know, difficult situations, but, you know, and that's no matter how happy you are, you know, sometimes things come up or stuff happens. But if you're willing to fight for each other and sit down and try to work things out, I mean, it makes it worth it. Yeah. But it's like one doesn't have to just do everything. You know, I mean, we both cook. It's just not her cooking. And our personalities are like, you know, we both love laughing and everything like that. And, you know, we keep each other doing that. And she can be just as romantic as I can, you know. Sometimes she thinks she's a little bit more romantic than me, but, you know, of course, as a man, I'm gonna let her think that. but we're pretty much tit for tat, and you know, I think that's just the biggest attraction. It's like, you know, we gotta challenge each other at times, and that's what really makes it fun too.
Yeah. All right.
You have to have fun together. You know, it's not people make relationships out to be like a job. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. Shit. You know, we're like partners in crime. You know.
Yes, I saw y'all little shirts out there on the football field.
Yeah.
What did it say? It said Ed's girl, and then I think her shirt said what did her shirt say on the back?
Yeah, mine has my name, and then hers says Ed's girl, and then her niece says Ed's niece.
Yeah, that's right.
her niece point to tell her auntie, I want a shirt. She wants a shirt too. So.
Yeah, I like that, man. I'm gonna have to remember that when I get some shirts made up for Uncover Mr. Right. That was nice. So Latrina, you done with Mr. Moore?
Yes, I am all set. I wish you and Rochelle the best, your careers, your relationship. I would say if you're ever out in Detroit, you guys look me up, but I'm trying to get to D.C., where my honey is, so when you guys are back in that area, you'll have to look me up when you get at Jerry.
Yeah, okay, we sure will.
Yeah, you never
nice
know. We might all cross paths when Shell goes on tour and everything, so we all can support her and stay in contact with her. And man, Mr. Moore, we really appreciate having you on the show, man, and definitely helping us uncover Mr. Right. That's the first time I've heard of two couples so much alike that they just bonding like that. A lot of times you hear about opposite attraction. My wife is kind of quiet and I'm more of an extrovert, but I entertain her, but she entertains me in so many ways too, because she kind of surprises me a lot. So you just never know. Like I said, 22 years, man. That's a long time. And like Latrina said, man, we both wish you both the best. And you got a lot to look forward to, man, as you finish writing a chapter to your book, right? All right.
Yes, sir, and thank you for the opportunity to be on here.
Yeah, man. Before we close, we'd like you to lay something down to my audience about especially for the young ladies who are in search of Mr. Right. Is there anything you'd like to lay on their heart before we close out the show?
Know what you want. Don't follow trends, or listen to your friends to say, what type of man you should have or anything like that. Don't go for materialistic things. Want someone to want you for you, and want them for them, and not for what they have or what they can do for you. I mean, because if you that person for who they are and they do the same for you, you can't go wrong.
That's right. Amen. All right, everybody. The audience, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Party Line with Mr. Right. Thank Mr. Moore, my co-host, Latrina from Detroit. I want to thank everybody for being part of this broadcast. And take care, everybody, and continue to tune in to PositivePower21.org and Uncover Mr. Right on the line. Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is Jerry Royce at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on.